Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, so I've just sent you an addition to the agenda. So you should have 3 additions to the agenda to correct resolutions. And just to explain that, or I can wait till we get to that part to explain what's going on with that. You want to start the meeting and then we can get to that as we get there?
So this one that you just sent is in addition to this one on the agenda.
Those 2. Yeah, there's
Okay.
2 on the agenda.
Fine, Jen?
So would that be business E?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks to Renee, she's the one that got the second.
Okay, so I think we're ready to start the meeting.
We're gonna go with it.
Okay, we're gonna get this done with. So we're gonna call a meeting to order at 9:11, and we're gonna start with a pledge allegiance to the flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good. This is a preliminary tentative agenda, which includes all information available as of December 19th, 2024. The final tentative agenda will be posted prior to the meeting at the www.rbc.us website in the Rio Blanco County Historical Courthouse, 555 Main Street, Meeker, Colorado, and the Rangeley Town Hall, 209 East Main Street, Rangeley, Colorado. Public comment. Any member of the public may address the board on matters which are within the jurisdiction of the board. If you are addressing the board regarding a matter listed on the agenda, you are requested to make your comments when the board takes that matter. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes per member or 5 minutes per group. The public comment time is not for questions and answers. It is your time to express your views. Do we have anybody? No one's here. Do we have anybody online that needs to do a public comment? I don't see anybody wanting to do public comment. So we're going to move on to the agenda. We've got some changes to the agenda. So would one of you two like to do that?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add business line item C, which is consideration of resolution 2024-49, an amendment to correct resolution 2024-46 of the Board of County Commissioners of Rio Blanco County, Colorado, correcting the 2024 valuation for assessment for the levying of general property taxes for the year 2024 to help defray the costs of government for Rio Blanco County, Colorado for the 2025 budget year, and also add business line item D, consideration of resolution 2024-50, an amendment to correct resolution 2024-47 of the Board of County Commissioners of Rio Blanco County, Colorado, correcting the 2024 valuation for assessment for the levying of general property taxes for the year 2024 to help defray the costs of Piance Creek Pest Control District for the 2025 budget year. And business line item E, consideration of resolution 2024-51, an amendment to correct resolution 2024-48 of the Board of County Commissioners of Rio Blanco County, Colorado, correcting the 2024 valuation for assessment for the levying of general property taxes for the year 2024 to help defray the costs of Lower White River Pest Control District for the 2025 budget year. And with that said, I would move to approve the agenda with those three additions.
I second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, would you please call the roll? A little louder.
Gates,
Aye.
Overton.
Aye.
O'Hairn,
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. So we're going to move on to business C.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the certification of levies and revenues for fiscal year 2024 according to CRS 39-1-111, move to levy property taxes for all county entities that are entitled to certify assessment of such taxes in the amount shown on the certifications of levies and revenues form provided by the Division of Property Taxation, State Department of Local Affairs, and for county commissioners to certify such levies to the Rio Blanco County Assessor and the Property Tax Administrator to file with state agencies as directed and to enter such levy as a public document as held by the county clerk and recorder. This action is in compliance with CRS section 39-1-111. The taxes levied are on 2024 assessed values for collection during the 2025 by the county treasurer. The total amount of such taxes hereby levied is $42,798,280. The chairman is authorized to sign on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes, I would like to make a couple of comments on that. So as we received those documents and proceeded to do that process, last night Lisa found some corrections that we needed to make to the three that are the resolutions that you have before you that will be following this. And I believe, Renee, can I defer to you as far as explaining that piece of it? It doesn't change we have to recertify the property values.
So every August, we certify property values. And then by law, by December 10th, we have to do a final certification. We certify them, then we recertify them. That's the final value for this year. And so that's what you'll be looking at. And that's what Vicki, that last resolution, we had an August value. She had an August value on there and it needed to be December's value.
Good.
Okay, and then the mill levies, there's some question on which mill levy is going to go to which fund within the county, not the two pest districts. But your total mill levy will be 9.05.
So it's really more of I think a minor correction. I think we came up, it was like $4,000 difference
On that
in that
pest district.
Yeah.
It's the lower White River. But every one of the districts throughout the county does change. Not everyone, I think everyone did a little bit from August to December.
So it's not a significant, but it was a correction. So we wanted to make sure that that was addressed today.
Good.
Lisa, do you have anything to add on that? I think.
No, I think you got it. I apologize for not catching that earlier.
That's all right. We got it corrected now. So
Okay, any other discussion? So we need to vote on that.
did Gates second ready?
Ty, did you second that?
Yes.
O'Hairn,
Aye.
Gates,
Aye.
Overton.
Aye. Good, let's move on to business B.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve a contract amendment for Charles Davis, Co-Responder Consulting LLC.
I second.
Any discussion?
That is tied to a grant that Beth got before she left. The term is just extending, and then they are granting us more money. I believe it's $45,000 additional funds for that co-responder program. So, that's what that amendment is, and that carries it through,
6.
2026. Yeah, January 1 of 2026. So it's go ahead.
And it basically what it is, it's, there's the new, requirements under the state of Colorado that law enforcement have a responder, therapist, or somebody that's able to perhaps, keep, more minor contacts between law enforcement people from escalating. And so they can contact him and he'll, virtually appear and do what he needs to do in order to make the, situation less volatile.
Very good. Okay. So let's see, did we have a second on that? We did. Okay, so you want to? Di?
Gates,
Aye.
Overton,
Aye.
O'Hairn.
Aye.
Okay, let's move on to, business C.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the resolution 2024-49, an amendment to correct resolution 2024-46 of the Board of County Commissioners of Rio Blanco County, Colorado, correcting the 2024 valuation for assessment for the levying of general property taxes for the year 2024 to help defray the cost of government for Rio Blanco County, Colorado for the 2025 budget year.
I'll second that.
Okay, and I think we've discussed that, so.
It's really not an error. It's a
Correct.
correction.
It's a correction.
We have to correct it. We didn't really mess it up.
Okay,
No, the assessor's office didn't do that. That was on me, so I want to make sure that that's correct. They've always got their poop in a group
Good.
most of the time.
That one.
Thank you, Renee.
you want to call the roll for us, please?
Gates,
Aye.
O'Hairn,
Aye.
Overton.
Aye. Good, motion passed. Let's move on to business D.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve resolution 2024-50, an amendment to correct resolution 2024-47 of the Rio Blanco County Commissioners of Rio Blanco County, Colorado, correcting the 2024 valuation for assessment for the levying of general property taxes for the year 2024 to help defray the costs of Piance Creek Pest Control District for the 2025 budget year.
I second.
Good. Any discussion on that one? Would you please call the roll? Aye.
Gates,
Aye.
O'Hairn,
Aye.
Motion passed. Let's move on to line item B for business E.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the 2024-51, an amendment to correct resolution 2024-48 of the Board of County Commissioners of Rio Blanco County, Colorado, correcting the 2024 valuation for assessment for the levying of general property taxes for the year 2024 to help defray the cost of Lower White River Pest Control District for the 2025 budget year.
Second that.
Good. Any other discussion? Would you please call the roll?
Gates,
Aye.
Overton,
Aye.
O'Hairn.
Aye.
Good. That concludes our business.
All three of them about the
You can't.
So
road bus.
we've got some other business we'd like to discuss.
Yes, commissioners. So, first of all, I apologize because I have messed up. With the Dominion contract, Sean had sent an email out that she needed to, get permission to execute that by the 20th. She is actually out as of today. So when my initial email that I sent to each individually to get a direction on that, or whether what we needed to do on that, I received a response from Ty to proceed. Doug, to talk to you in person, and I was under the impression that we were going to go ahead and execute this agreement. I did not get Jen's confirmation on that, and so yesterday when Sean said, I'm out, I need to get that. And I said, well, I think I've got two. Let me talk to Jen. But I think we're going to have to go, we need to go ahead and do it. I should not have made that call. And so I apologize to you. I did not mean to just take the vote of 2 of the 3 to tell Sean to go ahead and proceed with that. So again, my bad, and I screwed that up. Now I'm going to defer to Dawn as far as what legal, because I don't know if Sean's executed that or not. I know Dominion was putting pressure on us to try and get that done. We had staved them off from October, actually it was like July to October till after the election, but she didn't have a firm answer. And so Dawn, if that contract was executed, which I believe it probably was by Sean, what can we do?
Well, I think we're bound to it for at least 2025 because the money has been appropriated for that as part of her budget and is within her authorization. So I do think within 2025, we have non-appropriation cost for each year. So if the board ever determines not to appropriate for a future year, then the contract terminates pursuant to the terms of the original contract that we did back
2017.
in 2017. And so this is a renewal. The Dominion machines aren't necessarily required, but a machine is required. And there's only 2 that are certified with the state of Colorado right now. One is the Dominion machine, the other one's the Clearview machine. We looked 2 years ago into what if the possibility of changing over to Clearview. It would cost, and Vicki and I have different recollections, but my recollection was $600,000 to replace those machines with Clearview. Vicki recalls half of that, $300,000 to do that. But, you know, it's required that we have one machine or the other. This contract is more of a maintenance contract is really what it is. It basically is a contract for the upgrade of the system, the testing and the checking out. The value of this contract, I believe, is $13,000 for annual, or $13,836 for an annual amount, total for the extension amount, which I'm losing my voice, but it basically is for the license fee, the software license fee, the test, the annual software license, the firmware license for the MHCast X, which I have no clue what that is, but that's another software. And then just for the amount of the $11,975. It's got an annual warranty that's included for both that MHCast X annual hardware warranty and the MHCast Central annual hardware warranty of $454.60, $1,407.18 respectively, for a total of for the warranties of $1,861.80. I'm bringing that to the total amount of the $13,000 annual maintenance, and warranty licensure fee on that. So any future board or clerk can ask, or the clerk can ask the board to not appropriate that, or the board can decide on their own but not appropriate. I do think we're bound to the 2025
because we've
appropriated
the money already.
and it's
But
already
in-
We've actually already cut the check.
Yeah,
They've
I
already
get the
received
checks
the
cut
funds.
and it's been paid.
And we've approved that, so
But where I screwed up was the contract term, and I don't know, is Sean, according to Don, is Sean, does she have the authority to execute that contract, or should that have gone through the commissioners?
Well, it's within her authority. In order to do that, she is the state mandated election official, so it is within.
with the clause that we can, if
Yeah,
we don't
that we have
approve,
the
if we don't give them the money, then it's void.
Yeah, we have to plan to not give them the money. We have
Right.
to not appropriate, but yes.
So I have a question because I did talk to Vicky last night and my concern was appropriating future funds that haven't been appropriated by the board, meaning the 6 years that Dominion was pushing for. And that was my concern, is that we, so Dawn, I want to make sure that I'm understanding this. She has it within her realm for just 2025. She doesn't have it beyond 2025 to be signing that contract to bound the Board of County Commissioners who are in charge of the budget moving forward and beyond that 2025 budget.
The correct. She doesn't have the ability to, well, and nobody has the ability, even this board wouldn't have the ability to find. So if, you know, one of the things that I'm always kind of a stickler on in the contracts that I read, if they're multi-year obligations, we always have the non-appropriation clause that's required by the state of Colorado, not only at our level, but, you know, district level, state level, or whatever. So it's got to have that provision in there to be a legal contract as far as the enforceability for year to year on that. So you're absolutely right. She can overall do a contract, or even this, like I say, this board could overall do a multi-year contract, but you can't find the future boards for the appropriation, the budgetary aspect, because that lies within the realm of this body, Board of County Commission.
So the execution of this contract for the 6-year term, John has executed that. It does say there's a 6-year term in this contract, but then we can fall back to the non-appropriations should each different board choose to go down that.
Right. If we decide to, as a board, if the BOCC decides as a board not to appropriate those funds for the contract, you can always do the non-appropriation. That's your budget authority in that. And so the same way as if the sheriff has something that he wants to do for multi-year, he has authority if it's within his budget been appropriated this year to enter into a contract. He comes back every year, asks for appropriation to fulfill that contract. And then the board always has the ability to make those determinations with you know, a few caveats. You know, the board has the duty to make sure that each of the elected officials has the money it needs to operate those statutory duties. So if something were to happen and the laws didn't change regarding machines, and you decide not to appropriate this amount for this machine, you'd have to appropriate other amounts for other machines or enter in other contracts, et cetera. Kind of the overall simplified, every year you guys have that authority.
So you would do that during the budget session?
Well, it would be typically the way these things are, especially with the amount of money this is, it's just going to be included in the budget, either as a line item or as as part of
Contract
elections. Yeah, it'd be pretty much under elections. And then if you brought it up or she brought it up, typically what happens practically is when an elected official wants to not appropriate a contract they have, then they come to the board and say, okay, this isn't working for us. But we don't have a need for this thing, so I'm asking you to not appropriate. And then the board usually takes that into consideration.
Very good.
So again, I apologize, commissioners, and I will do my best not to let that happen again.
Hi, Jen,
Any comment?
any comments?
I don't have anything.
I just wanted to clarify that one, I was not in agreement with the 6-year contract, nor would I be on that for anything. I mean, like I've voiced before, even with the airports having 25-year contracts, I think is ridiculous for the county. That's just my opinion. But I think that's something that we need to have further discussion on, as well as, is there a policy out there that states this so that everybody in the county understands that, especially when we're appropriating money out and obligating the county. I get the appropriation line item that you were talking about, Dawn, in contracts, but to ensure that we are, because at the end of the day, the county commissioners are in charge of the budget, and we need to make sure that we know where the money is going. Because that's what we're in charge of. That's what we were elected to do. So if we don't have a policy, I think we need to have that conversation of having one for the county.
Yeah, but we have the procurement policies that have been approved, so we could look through that and make sure that everything's pretty clear.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else that we need to discuss today? Okay, we're going to adjourn the meeting. Y'all have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.